open up for any questions about you guys learned about right there or anything. The fentanyl thing is real. We go call to call sometimes on overdoses. There's been times where literally all night that's all we're doing, mainly because there's a bad batch that's out. That's when you know a bad batch is out and you're going to all these places like, you know, in 1 week all of a sudden everyone's overdosing because whatever drug they got it from, wherever they got it from, is no good. So you gotta keep an eye on it. The scary part is, you know, back a while ago you didn't have to really worry about taking pills and stuff because there was no fentanyl, and now there is, so that's why you just don't do anything.
Is there a drug that's most common that you see that has fentanyl in it?
Personally, they're doing just straight fentanyl now. It's just straight fentanyl pills.
What's being adulterated with fentanyl?
Ecstasy, cocaine. I think cocaine's the biggest. You hear about all those athletes that are overdosing on cocaine and dying. But yeah, I think cocaine's the most. I've seen it in marijuana. I've seen it in ecstasy, just about everything. Meth. So it's very prevalent.
Why are they putting it in marijuana?
So that's a good question. I don't know why they do that. For the reason why, do you guys know why they put all the other drugs? So it's very cheap to make. They're making it in Mexico and China. They're coming up through the border. What they're doing now is making it a liquid form, putting it in like diesel and water, and it comes over containers, and then they put them in recovery labs spread out around the US, and they literally turn it from a liquid back to a powder, and then they're stomping it with their pure drug. So if you get, say, like a pound of pure cocaine, they're putting fentanyl in it because it's more addictive, and now they got like 2 or 3 pounds. So they're basically making more for less. And then it's also very addictive, so they get hooked a lot quicker. But people now are doing just straight fentanyl, which is very scary. Do you ever see them? Do you anyone live in Fairfield? North Texas Street when they're all hunched over like this in the morning? And that's them nodding off, basically. That's them on fentanyl in their little, you know, their state of mind. So, go ahead.
So Diaz, if we do see people on the streets hunched over and we assume that it's fentanyl, what do you recommend? And on a piggyback on that question too is, how much time do you have when there is fentanyl overdose? Somebody accidentally touching something, being exposed to it?
That's a great question. So if you see them hunched over, I mean, honestly, they're fine. They're still conscious. They're awake. They're breathing. It's when you see them on the ground in that weird position and they're not moving, or if they have, I don't mean to be graphic, but foam coming out their mouth, something like that, that's when you know they're overdosing. But as far as that, so all the ones I've been on, we're there within a couple minutes. I'd say maybe 5-ish minutes, and you give them Narcan. I'm not gonna say they're good, but 9 times out of 10 they're good. Every time I've administered this, it's pretty much worked. But it's when they find them overdosed and it's been 10, 20, 30 minutes a day, you know, then obviously it's not gonna work. So I'd say within a couple minutes would be the best time. And once we get those calls, we're going code 3. You guys know what code 3 is? Lights and sirens, all that. We're going code 3 and fire's going code 3. So someone's gonna get there fairly quick. Fairfield, there's stations everywhere. Vacaville, same thing, stations everywhere. The rural counties out there, it might be a little tougher because it's so far away. But yeah, it does work. It's very good. One of the main reasons we carry with us is in case our partners get exposed to it. So that's the scary part. Like that's nowadays when we find drugs, we don't open it up anymore. You know, back in the day, you open it and test it and all that stuff, and do that little glass break thing and check color. We don't do that. So just because it's so toxic.
What's the shelf life, or is it like in a car? Is it hot?
It does. Okay, it has all the answers right here. Store at room temperature or refrigerated. These stay in our cars and they still work. So our cars in the summertime get probably 120, 115 inside. But this one, I got this probably 2 years ago, and it's September 2028. So I'd say maybe 5-6 years. I think they're trying to lower the price of these. I think it's like $40. It comes in packs of 2. I think it's around $40, 50, 60 maybe. But I know there was like some sort of legislative bill trying to lower it because obviously they're gonna try to make their money. They usually don't. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is a question for you or Ms. Shields, but what are the policies around vandage? Are these in classrooms? Is it at the nurse's classroom?
They're in every one of our AED locations, which we have 5. Narcan and other stop the bleed and
Yes.
a variety of things with it.
Yeah.
So our staff here
like I said, I have, one in my office, 2 in my car, 1 on me, so it's readily available.
And I'd like to add on to that, our end overdose team with FNL, we are actively trying to spread awareness throughout kids in our school, so we're trying to go directly to them and spread that information. Again, this is like heavily in our community, so it's important what we're doing with end overdose, and that's why we're trying to do a lot more with it this year. Okay, that pretty much. Thank you for all the parents that came. Thank you for our Solano staff that came. We do have a setup outside for everyone. It's basically like a trick or treat. Stop by each table. You grab an infographic that correlates with end overdose, the cleaning steps that we talked about with Church and Smoke, and how to open up conversations with your kids about cannabis use. So if you guys don't forget to stop by the bake sale, there's some really good treats out there. But yeah, there's kids outside that will direct you to each table. And thank you so much for coming. Again, what we're doing with FNL is really important. We're all kids that are motivated by a passion of keeping our community safe and spreading awareness. So,
First of all, I'm hoping I can get a group picture of all of you before everybody disperses. But also, you guys did so much research. I'm so impressed by the presentation that you gave today. I'm just wondering, for the young people who are in the room, for your parents, if your parents are gonna go and talk to another parent tonight or tomorrow or later this week, what is the one thing that you would want them to say to another parent about these issues? I would love for you to share that.
So, as I presented third-hand smoke, right, like, just the idea of what it is and more people knowing about it, because we presented something similar in March last year at UC Berkeley, and I told my parents about it, and then they told their friends at church, and no one knew about it. I didn't know about it until I learned about it for my speech. So, I would say that just knowledge about what this is, because no one knows about it. And if you don't know about it, you don't know how to prevent it, right? So that's what I would say for our section.
yes, basically, parents and people trying to learn more should just be able to have open conversations within your community. That's the way that more people are gonna know about it, is if we talk about it.
I honestly think what Officer Diaz said about fentanyl being present in, stand up. What Officer Diaz said about fentanyl being present in marijuana, I think that's pretty impactful because with our third-hand smoke data, we see that students are smoking in our bathrooms all the time, whether that's marijuana or tobacco, and they're sharing it with each other, and they don't know what's in it, and we don't know who they're getting it from. So I feel like that's a big deal because all of us know that that is active at our school here, and I feel like that's a really big deal, knowing how strong fentanyl is and how dangerous it is. That's something that I feel like we should share.
Adding on to that, we did have a small presentation about drunk driving, and as most of us seniors are going off to college, it's also important that the seniors are aware who they're hanging out with, if they're going to parties, if they're just trying to have fun with friends, making sure the things that they consume are what they are consuming, and it's not other drugs, or who they're getting in a car with is a designated driver, just so nothing risky happens in that area. So, any other questions? Okay, if you all would like to, sorry, one more thing. For the presenters, the parents who are here, I know you might want to have like a picture of them on stage, or if you want to come up here with your parents, we're gonna set it back to the town hall side just for, memories. A lot of us are seniors going away, so,
It's okay.
if you guys would like photos, we have a professional camera here, and we'll take those. Do we want Oh, we can leave.